Morning all, welcome back up to the plot. I've got a problem. I think my potatoes have potato blight. But I need to take you up there so you can give me a bit of advice. Because as well as potential potato blight, I've just dug up 2 plants and I've got 2 different coloured potatoes. I've got a red potato and a white potato. Now they were all from the same bag, Sarpomeras. They're supposed to be blight resistant, which confuses me as to how they even got blight. And why would I have 2 different coloured potatoes coming up? I need to show you guys this. Come on, let's go up there. It's a pretty windy day up here at the plot, so if it sounds like I'm shouting, it's just so that you guys can hear me over these conditions. Now last week I showed you that the leaves were suffering from this black spot, and a lot of you said that looks like potato blight, which is fair enough. But as Sarpomeras are supposed to be blight resistant, it's confused me as to why they should be affected. Anyhow, I came up here today and I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll pull all these tops off, put them in the bonfire and get rid of them, and then just start digging up some of the potatoes just to see if they look okay as well. So I dug up 2 different potato plants in 2 different rows, and as you can see, I've got 2 different looking potatoes. This one here is your standard kind of potato, although it looks like a kestrel. The eyes have got that purple tinge to them, so that to me looks like a kestrel, although I've never grown Sarpomeras before, so they may have a similar characteristic. And then I dug up a completely separate plant in a different row and have these red ones. And all the seed potatoes that I planted came from the same Sarpomera bag. It was a sealed bag. It wasn't like I'd gone to a garden centre and bought loose seed potatoes and then mixed up the varieties. So yeah, I don't know what's gone on. What I'm going to do now is dig up another couple of plants and see what happens. I'm going to dig that plant up. This was the row that produced the white potato. Let's have a go and see what we get. Red potatoes. What's going on? Right, now I would have thought that would have produced another white potato. It hasn't. As you can see, we've got a couple of red ones. Well, let's try another row and see what we get from this plant. Now, my luck, it'll probably be purple potatoes. Let's have a look what this one reveals. Come on, potatoes. Ah, red. Interesting. Another red one. So I'm guessing maybe that white potato was just a stray seed. I don't know. Well, it looks like these rows are going to be producing red potatoes. What I am going to do is chop the tops out of all these, get rid of this blight, burn it in the incinerator, because I just don't want it spreading too much. To these look blight free at the moment. Now then, I fancy pulling a spring onion. I've never grown them this good ever before, as I keep telling you guys. I don't know whether it's time to pull them or not. This is just going to be a kind of, yeah, I'll wing it. Let's just go for this one here. Well, that's a resounding no then. So I reckon these guys have got to stay in for quite a while. Let me show you the calabrese. It's finally starting to form the crown in the centre of the plant. Just move the netting and zoom in. There you go. That'll be ready in a couple of weeks' time. Just cover it back over. And finally, let me show you my Atlantic giant. There you go. It looks like he's starting to fatten up. I'd say he's the size of a tennis ball. First time I've attempted to grow one of these. I think we need a longer season here in the UK. I don't think it's going to get to any significant size, but so long as it gets to, I don't know, football size, I'd be happy with that. Anyhow, we'll chart its progress. So on the menu this week, if you come round to my house, you can have a very small onion, which I pulled out by mistake. A couple of more broad beans, although I've got some in the freezer, so don't worry, we won't run out of broad beans. Some two-tone potatoes. Looks like we've got Sarpomira here. And then we've got a bit of a cuckoo variety. We've got the, what look like to be kestrel. So yeah, I can feed you guys with some potatoes. Some small James Grieve apples as a potential dessert. And I can also chuck in some carrots of varying sizes. I probably should have thinned these out, but you know what, I'm not going to. And then finally, a magnificent specimen of a spring onion. Right, that's it for today. All I've got left to do is to water the plot. It's looking a bit dry and I don't know when we're going to have rain. So yeah, thank you for joining me if you have, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.